Yeah, turn that one. Walking the dogs down the back of the farm. So I was reading through the comments you were all leaving on the last video about what to do with the dog, you know. Put him on a rope, electric fence, build a kennel, you know, all that stuff. Put a muzzle on him. We're thinking about all these possibilities, but we don't know which one's the right one at the moment. Putting a muzzle on a husky in a hot country, I don't know if that's a good idea. I don't know. Anyway, we're all right for the minute. We're just giving him lots of walks, and he's getting used to being restrained for the time being. Lots of black clouds today. I reckon it's going to rain. We were trying to get this building done, build the bungalow before the rain season comes, during the hot season. It was very dry. For the last 2 weeks it's been raining pretty hard, maybe every afternoon almost. Sometimes that's helpful, but mostly it's a hindrance. Thought we'd get everything done while it's nice and dry and it won't stop bloody raining. So it's Thai New Year, I think, today or yesterday or something. I think it's Songkran. So if you don't know what that is, neither do I. It's a yearly holiday, like in the middle of the hot season, where people sort of chuck water at each other. But because of the COVID or whatever, I think it's cancelled this year. Though someone did spray me with water last night at the petrol station, so I just ran off into 7-Eleven. So Pen's son's come down from Bangkok because it's New Year, so he's come to visit, and he's staying in the hotel room next door to me at the petrol station. So he's come down to have a look at his fish. Maybe there's another fish thing going to happen in a minute. I'm not going to go too much into this because we've seen it all before and you know what happens. Here he is over there, contemplating getting in. It's because of all the rain that's been happening the past couple of weeks. All the ground's getting really soft. So all the deliveries and the digger driving around is really tearing up the farm. So all here it's getting really rutted and puddles and mess. There's so much mud around at the moment because we're digging up everywhere and so many cars moving around. When it rains, it just turns into a big slushy mess. Concrete lorries coming in and out of here and making a huge mess. It's dipping down quite low here. I think it might be hitting pipes. But that gives me a job to do right now. I'm going to go and get some of the excess sand from the bungalow and dump it in the holes here. You know, the other day it was chucking it down so much. Concrete lorry got stuck down the bottom of the farm there. It was stuck for 2 hours and I had to get the digger to come and pull it out. I wish the rain would stay away till rain season. Right, so Tay's got his buckets lined up and his air compressor. It's got to get wet. At least one of us is going to get wet on Songkran. I don't see how this works. Unless you get all of the fish out, the problem's just going to come back, and you can't get all of the fish out without draining that pond 100%, and you can't drain it 100%, so I'm not getting involved. Just going to observe. I'll do a proper quote-unquote update about what's going on with the bungalow in the next video, I think. Anyway, there's no work going on at the moment. Everyone's in the pond, so let's go and have a quick look. So one thing I noticed today is that one of the toilet pipes is in the wrong place. So this one looks to be correct, 30 centimetres from the wall to the centre of the pipe. But this one here seems to be about 45 centimetres, so this pipe's got to be moved back. I'll wait to see if they do it. If they don't, I'll dig it out and do it myself. One thing we've been talking about today is where we're going to have the water tank. I guess we can have it over that side. I was thinking maybe over here. Another issue we've got at the moment is there's just so much digging going on around the house. There's just mud everywhere. So even if we did manage to throw up a fence really fast to lock Gorgie up, or install an electric fence of some sort, you know, all that we end up doing is locking a husky in a soggy mud pile, so he's going to be filthy. So we've got to come up with a better solution until the bungalow's done, until all the holes are filled back in and the grass has grown back. We're going to have a lot of mud here, a lot of mess, especially heading into rain season later in the year. So anyway, we'll go on to that in a minute. They've got a lot of fish out into the vats, carrying on. Filthy. Anyway, whatever. It's none of my business. It's starting to rain now, so I'm going to get Gorgie in out of the rain. Right, come on you. It's raining. Come on. Right, come on, Gorgie. Come on. Don't be stubborn. Come on. Come on. Doesn't want to move. He won't move, the bloody sack of potatoes. Come on, it's going to rain. Right, come on. Come on. Let's go. They're all getting absolutely filthy in there. Put them in the back of the Hilux, I think. In the bed, not letting them in the seat. You're not coming in my car. Bung Bung's all right. Just floating around. See, he normally avoids the rain as well. That's another thing about Gorgie, he loves to get all muddy and messy. I think it's kind of silly, you know. We could put a fence up and lock him in here, but it's a big pile of mud. He'll be filthy for months. That can't be good for his skin problem. I was just thinking, probably some of you watching are wondering, why are they all in the pond getting the fish out? So there's a kind of fish in there that eats other fish, and especially when they get into large numbers of them. So they're trying to get as many of this particular type of fish out as possible. But I think, as I say, it's not possible. Once you get 100% of them out, you know, they're going to multiply, and then in 6 months you're back with the same issue. What do you think, Bung Bung? You want to go and get a fish, huh? Naughty, naughty. So they're carrying on making the steel cages. It's being turned into these. This is going to be all the columns and the pillars for the bungalow. I think they've got to make about 30 in total, something like that. Or was it 26? Can't remember. But yeah, look, can't leave him tied up in all this mud. Got to get him out of here. You know what I'd like to do actually is just rent a house somewhere for 6 months that has a garden and whatever for the dogs. So until the bungalow's done and all the grass has grown back a bit, and keep the dogs somewhere nice and clean and whatever. But the problem is around here there's no rental market. There's just no supply of rental properties. Well, they are around, but they're not very nice, and they don't have gardens and things like that. You know, a lot of people around here don't have spare money to go and rent a house. They'll live with their relatives, or they'll build a little shack somewhere on their relatives' land, or I mean, some people even build a little shack by the side of the road or something. So Gorgie's got another sore on the back of his tail. We don't know what's going on. He's got to go back to the vet, try and get to the bottom of this. He keeps getting like skin sores and whatever. Just stay over. You're absolutely filthy, you know that. So that's all done for today. They've got quite a lot of fish out, loads and loads of tiny ones, like hundreds of little ones like that. Hopefully we're all finished up here for the day. It's getting late now, it must be nearly 6 o'clock. I haven't eaten all day, so I'm keen to get out of here and stuff my face. So, since the farm is so messy at the moment and we've got problems with the dogs and whatever, or the mud, since there's a lack of decent rental properties with a garden and whatnot, we've still got this shop to rent until July. So, the last few nights we brought the dogs over here, gets them away from the farm and away from the mud. This place is fine, it's just lacking a garden, that's the problem. So take them to the farm during the day and have them with us over there while we're working. Bedroom in there. And then we've made this gate at the front so they can look out while we go out for dinner. So the dogs have had their dinner, we got them some chicken. We'll leave the fan on for them and leave them here with some water. See her, there's Peachy. She'll be here all evening, so she can keep an eye on the dogs in there. So we've left the dogs locked up at the shop, which is a couple of minutes up the road, and we've come back over to the hotel. We also went into town to the market to get a bit of dinner for everyone. So we're in 106. Tay's next door, 107. This is the best solution I could come up with at the moment. Sometimes I'll come and sleep here in the hotel. Pen can sleep in the shop with the dogs or whatever she wants to do. And that gives us all a break from the mud over at the farm. If only it wasn't raining at the moment. It's raining every day. It's really annoying with all that mud. So this is our dinner. It's what we got from the market. Got a bit of curry. Pen reckons her curry's better. Bit of pork and a bit of fried chicken in there as well. I thought you said you weren't going to open the soup.
No, you didn't say yes or no, so I opened it up.
I've got this Penang curry. Big red chilli in there. This curry is pretty good. Well, I've had my dinner. It was pretty good, I guess. I'm thinking about going over to 7-Eleven, of course. And Pen's hassling me. She's going, well, what do you want to get at 7-Eleven? What do you want to get at 7-Eleven? There's loads of stuff I want to get at 7-Eleven. All sorts. Just going to see if Tay wants anything from 7-Eleven. I really like going over here. I think the women in 7-Eleven think I'm a bit crazy because I'm always in there. Like, I'm living in the hotel, so I'm in here all the time. Sometimes I get in the car and I drive up the road to another shop. I don't want to go in there quite so often and make them think I got something wrong with me, you know.
It's alright.
Chocolate, chocolate, chocolate. So I've just driven back over to the shop. Drop Pen off here. Dogs are all right, I think. Have you been good or naughty? You get chicken or you getting a smack? Which one? So that's that. I've dropped Pen off now. I'm back over at the hotel. I'll go and pick her up in the morning. About 7 o'clock or something.